My name is Judy Henderson, and I served 36 years in prison for a murder I did not commit. And I'm here to tell you today, if it had not been for Governor Greitens, I would still be sitting in prison until I was 83 years old. But because God intervened and He sent the right people at the right time with the right governor, I'm sitting here before you today. This governor was my 7th governor of trying to get released. I started when I went into prison in 1982 and went through every governor from then until I was released on December 20th, 2017. Whenever he was going to do this, his team called my daughter the night before and said, "We don't want any publicity." He said, "Because releasing your mother is going to be about her and your family, not anything political to do with me." I called Angel the night before, and like I always do, and asked her, what's going on? Have you heard anything? Because it was around Christmas, and that's when usually if a governor's going to do it. But I really didn't expect it. It was his first year. What politician is going to risk his career releasing somebody that was convicted of capital murder? And but my daughter and all my supporters stood by me, and they fought for 36 years to get me home. My daughter was 13 and my son was 3. And so I missed out on all those years with them, yet we became very close and formed a strong bond. And the day that he released me, I remember walking into the visiting room because they said I had an attorney visit. And I was a fitness trainer in prison, and I had just taught a bunch of classes that morning and had to go had a medical appointment. And so the officer kept telling me, "Judy, you've got to go to the visiting room. Your attorney's here to see you." I said, "No, my attorney's not here to see me. There is no way my attorney would come without letting me know." And they said, "We're giving you a direct order. You have got to go to the visiting room now." And I told him, I said, "It's got to be another Henderson, but if you're giving me a direct order, I'm on my way." So I walked through the doors, and I turned to my right, and I saw Justin Smith. And I was very puzzled, but I didn't see anybody else. I was very puzzled, and I said, "Justin, what are you doing here?" I didn't even see my attorney. And I thought, oh, this is really bad. If his office is going to send his own attorney to, tell me I'm denied, because I still couldn't grasp him doing this. I was so used to denials that it just became part of the process. And he said, "Well, actually," he said, "there's somebody that's been wanting to meet you for a long time." I said, "Who would want to meet me?" And he said, "Well, turn around and you'll see." Oh my gosh. I turned around and I instantly just fell to my knees crying. Because never in a million years would I have thought that somebody of his stature, the governor of the state of Missouri, would come and even care about wanting to meet me or see me or wanting to personally tell me I'm free. And so I remember just bawling and falling to my knees. I couldn't even stand. And he told me, he said, "Judy, it's okay." He put his hand on my shoulder. I'll never forget this. And he said, "It's okay." He said, "It's good, it's good." And he helped me up, and we sat down at a table, and he reached down underneath the table, and he pulled out a folder. And he said, "Here's your commutation. I'm going to commute your sentence," but he said, "I want to read it to you." So he started reading it, and as he got toward the end, he said, "I'm commuting your life without parole for 50-year sentence to time served. And I just started bawling again. And I looked at him and I said, I couldn't comprehend what he was saying. I was in shock. And he said, I said, did you say time served? And he said, yeah, time served. I said, time served. And he said, yes. He said, today you... He said, today you are going home. And he said, on behalf of the state of Missouri, I want to apologize for you being here this many years. And he said, so what we're going to do is we're going to let you go down to your cell and pack all the stuff up that you want to take home with you. And the warden came in and he said, if there's anybody you want to see, he said, let us know. We'll have them over at the case manager's office and you can tell them bye. And I said, are you serious? I'm really leaving? And they said, yes, you're leaving. You're going home. And Eric said, I want to get out of the way and tell you goodbye and good luck. And he said, we're going to be here for you every step of the way whenever you come home. And I said, oh my gosh, really? Me? And because in all those years, I've never had anybody care about my family, or that my parents died, or my brothers died, and I lost my grandparents. It didn't matter to them, but it mattered to him and his team, and they just embraced me, and I felt like I felt like $1 million, that I was important, and not just some convict sitting in a jail cell. I asked him if there was press out there, because I didn't want the press seeing me. And he said, no. He said, Judy, this is about you and your family and your freedom, and this is not about me and how I can make this look so good politically. He said, it has nothing to do with politics. It has everything to do with caring enough about what happened to you to correct it. And so it was just amazing, and he's never not been there for me this whole time. It's been 4 years. I just celebrated my 4th year in December. And I can call him or his team anytime. They're always there for me. They have walked me through so many scenarios. I know how politics work, because I've had to learn in the 36 years I was in prison, the ins and outs, because it was politics that put me in prison. And it was a Democratic prosecutor, and he was chief prosecutor at the time, and he was running for re-election, and he wanted that publicity. But what's so ironic about that is the only case that he ever had nightmares about for 36 years, he later told me after I met with him upon my release, I was the only case that he ever had nightmares about. Nobody else. And he said he wanted to right a wrong. And he let Governor Greitens know that I should be released, and he supported it. And so there is your bipartisan. Two that can work together to right a wrong that one of them committed. And that's what Eric, he doesn't care if you're political on the right or the left. He's going to help you regardless, because he's not in there for the politics. He's in there to help you. And that's what we want as our United States Senator. My name is Judy Henderson. I was incarcerated for 36 years for a murder I did not commit. Eric Greitens, when he was governor, released me, time served, gave me a pardon, and I support and endorse Eric Greitens for United States Senator.